Good afternoon, everybody. It's hard to believe that it's the sixth week of the semester because it still feels like summer out there, and at least for me, feels like things have just started. So again, welcome to our annual State of the University address. I hope that the semester has started off well for all of you, and for those of you who have a break on Monday and Tuesday, hope you really enjoy that. It gives me great pleasure to introduce West Chester University's president, Dr. Greg Weisenstein, who will bring his State of the University address to you at this time. Please help me in giving the president a rousing WCU welcome as he makes his way to the podium.
Good afternoon and welcome to the 2013 State of the University Address. I want to thank all of you for attending today. Before we get started, I'm honored to introduce a few special guests. We're delighted that they've joined us today, and I want to recognize them for their many contributions to West Chester University. Please stand when I call your name and remain standing until we can acknowledge everyone at the same time. Carolyn Cometa, Mayor of the Borough of West Chester and graduate of West Chester University. Eli Silverman, member of the WCU Council of Trustees and primary architect of our very successful marketing campaign. General Richard Marion, class of '59 and masters of '69, President Emeritus of the WCU Alumni Association Board of Directors. Mark Dorocek, class of '86, treasurer of the board of the WCU Alumni Association, and Teresa Parentozzi, who's president of our student government. Thank you very much for honoring us with your presence. Before looking into our future, I'd like to consider the successes that we've achieved over the last few years. We all can take great pride in the accomplishments that have propelled WCU into the short list of top regional universities in the North, as ranked by U.S. News & World Report, and one of the 100 best value public universities in the country, according to Kiplinger magazine. We're the only PASHE institution that continues to remain in Kiplinger's top 100. WCU has moved up in the Kiplinger rankings from 93rd in value in 2007 to our current standing of 71st in value for in-state students and 57th best value for out-of-state students. WCU is now ranked second in value among Greater Philadelphia universities by regional business leaders and among the 8 best public or private university by parents of college-age young people. In 2007, enrollment at WCU was 13,223, and we were the second largest state-owned university in Pennsylvania. Now, in 2013, 15,845 students are seeking the benefits of a West Chester University education. We're now the largest state-owned university in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. This growth is protecting our jobs and our future, and is a strong symbol of how we have distinguished ourselves from the others. It's noteworthy to point out that our current growth is due primarily to the large number of returning students and growth in graduate programs. Both are additional signs of our excellence. Of course, another contributing factor is the migration of enrollment to distance education and off-site locations. Initiatives that we've worked hard for some time and that are really showing great success. Although our goal for first-time freshman enrollment this fall was set below last year's level, WCU's enrollment growth still outstripped all other PASSHE universities combined, with most of our colleague institutions experiencing declines. We've been highly responsive to those that we serve. In 2007, approximately 50 graduate programs were available. And today, 70 programs are offered, including WCU's first doctorate, the Doctorate of Nursing Practice. Congratulations to our nursing faculty for this pioneering program that's set the stage for other doctoral programs to follow here at WCU. Westchester University has become one of the most sought-after universities in the Mid-Atlantic region, with 20,000 plus first-time applicants each year, including more than 14,600 applicants for this year's first class of 2,298 students. That's a 13% increase in first-year applications since 2007. Westchester University is a reach school for many of our applicants. It's one of the most difficult universities in the area in which to gain admission. Like the rest of Chester County and the nation at large, WCU is becoming more diverse. And I'm very proud of the fact that our student body reflects a 10% gain in the percentage of African American students and a 50% gain in Latino students since 2007. In addition to the number of WCU degrees awarded to African American students in the last 6 years, we have seen that soar by 35%. We also should be proud of the gains in relation to all categories. The students in all categories have shown tremendous gains in retention. This past academic year, we achieved our highest freshman retention rate ever, 86.1%, and the highest 6-year graduation rate of almost 70%, well above the national average. This is a real tribute to the work of our entire campus community. Prospective students can see that we care. They can see that we produce graduates who bring value to their families, their communities, their professional practice, and in many cases, to their nation. Applicants who recognize these facts want to get their careers started right here at Westchester University. America's universities are being challenged to graduate more students who are prepared to keep the nation competitive in the global economy and to protect our quality of life. WCU has risen to the challenge by increasing the number of individuals per year who have earned undergraduate degrees by over 35% since 2007, and those with graduate degrees by almost 15%. Nationally, universities are seeing graduate enrollment numbers decline, but here at WCU, we've reversed a decline in graduate enrollments. While many universities in the Commonwealth and nationally are experiencing significant financial challenges, WCU's steady enrollment growth has allowed us to fill the gap between declining state support and increasing cost. We've hired 66 faculty members and 65 staff over the last year to keep up with enrollment growth and to maintain a good student-faculty ratio. This is occurring at the same time that many of our colleague institutions are retrenching and eliminating programs. We empathize with our colleagues who are adjusting to declining enrollments simultaneous with diminishing state support and applaud their efforts to return their institutions to financial stability. Our campus facilities and infrastructure also are in growth mode. We've developed an aggressive 10-year master plan that focuses on creating places for all members of our campus community to do their best work. The plan calls for approximately $300 million in capital improvements to catch up to the growth that we've already achieved. Each project is being financed a bit differently. We've set aside funds to reduce the need to indebt the university into the future. These reserves, combined with our increasing rate of giving to WCU, will allow us to move forward with our capital improvement plans with negligible increases in debt service. The plan includes the Business and Public Affairs Center, which will provide classroom and office space and be the largest academic building on campus. Ground preparation gets underway at the site of McCarthy Hall this fall. The center will free up space across campus by moving business and public affairs faculty and staff into the new building when it's completed in the late fall or early spring of 2015-16 academic year. Vacated space will be renovated to house faculty and staff now crowded into space that I, and I suspect all of you, consider unacceptable. One of my goals when I arrived on campus 4.5 years ago was to eliminate doubling or even tripling of faculty into single offices. This remains an important goal that we're moving toward as rapidly as possible. In addition to the Business and Public Affairs Center, a number of other buildings are included in the facilities master plan, including renovation of Mitchell Hall, expansion of Health Sciences Center, the new student housing, such as East Village and Commonwealth Hall, which are in collaboration with the WCU Foundation. I encourage all of you to keep current with campus planning through our website. There's something for everyone in this plan. In part, we can credit WCU's growth and enhanced image to the excellent reputation of our neighboring communities. We are quick to acknowledge their contribution to our success. The symbiotic relationship we enjoy with our communities, especially the borough of Westchester, serves us all and is an additional reason for our popularity as a top destination for higher education. We all have a great deal of pride in where we live and work. Over the last few years, borough and WCU leadership have worked hard to establish a model town-gown relationship. Borough Mayor Comita and members of the university's leadership team have presented at national conferences about how we have developed a positive relationship that benefits us all. One of the ways we are good neighbors is providing unrivaled cultural opportunities to the residents of Chester County and beyond. There's no need to go to New York or Philadelphia to experience the very best in music, theater, dance, or art. You can find all of that and more right here on our campus. In 2007, the university attracted some 70,000 people to a variety of visual and performing arts events. Last year, that figure rose to more than 80,000 attendees and is moving steadily toward our goal of 100,000. Other opportunities for enrichment here on campus include the WCU Planetarium. Having undergone extensive renovations, the planetarium reopened today to once again offer K-12 school programs, monthly public programs, and WCU classes and labs. The Robert P. Gordon Natural Area for Environmental Studies, a 100-acre preserve which is celebrating its 40th anniversary, also offers public programs through the year and supports our research and educational programs. Now, speaking of things to see and do at WCU, the university has always enjoyed success in intercollegiate athletics. However, recently we've set the standard very high for our colleagues across the country. Over a 2-year period, WCU athletic teams won 3 national NCAA championships, 2 in women's field hockey and 1 in baseball. During this same time, our club sports won 2 national championships, women's ice hockey and men's lacrosse, both competing against very high-quality national competition. For the first time in our history, WCU won the Dixon Trophy for overall athletic performance. And our athletic department is also ranked within the top 20 D2 programs in the entire nation. What is especially noteworthy about these accomplishments is that they've not come at the expense of academics. Our student athletes have been recognized for their performance in the classroom as well as in competition. As a group, their grade point average exceeds 3.0. And I really want to thank all of you in our athletic and academic departments for working so well together to help our student athletes succeed in the classroom as well as in intercollegiate competition. While we may be talking about the Golden Rams' athletic prowess on Monday after a successful weekend, there are plenty of people worldwide singing our praises for other reasons. Let me give you just one example of our growing international reputation. The Association of Norwegian Physicians is working with our College of Health Sciences to provide professional development training to Norwegian physicians to help them work more effectively with aging patients. I understand that there are 2 universities that were approached by the Norwegians, WCU and Harvard. Now, I believe Harvard is in very good company. In this past academic year, we met our system performance goals to increase our international student enrollment. We're confident that we'll grow international programs even more substantially in the next several years. Reaching our goals requires continued efforts to recruit and provide necessary services to international students. Our first ESL program is one such effort that's already providing support for our international students. The increase in international students on campus provides our domestic students with important opportunities to learn about different cultures, religions, and ideologies from their peers abroad. Now, Camden, New Jersey is a lot closer to campus than Norway, but it has an international presence thanks to the Campbell Soup Company, a global powerhouse whose products are sold in more than 100 countries. In 2012, Campbell Soup chose to partner with our College of Health Sciences to conduct research on the nutritional value of its products. Campbell Soup could have selected any number of research universities in our area to do this research. But because of the reputation of our faculty, the company came to us first. Another noteworthy development related to our growing research agenda is that we were able to secure our first patent and are seeking additional protections for the creative research of our faculty. Although we are some distance from reaching our goal of generating $10 million a year in sponsored program support, we have positioned WCU very well to assist our faculty and staff in seeking extramural support for their initiatives. Dr. Gautam Pillai joined our leadership team as Associate Vice President for Research this year. He brings experience leading campus research efforts at some of the top research universities in the country. WCU is now ready to make considerable progress in elevating our research and special project efforts on campus. It's an exciting time to be a researcher here at West Chester University. Our excellence is also demonstrated through our many disciplinary accreditations. The College of Business and Public Affairs was recently reaccredited by AACSB, setting the highest standard for colleges and schools of business across the country. The social work program within the college is also leading the way at our new instructional site in Philadelphia. The College of Education is preparing to demonstrate its excellence once again as it prepares for an upcoming NCATE reaccreditation visit. The visit will give our education faculty the opportunity to brag about the exceptional partnerships that are emerging between the college and its K-12 partners. Now, it's also a very exciting time to be a student at WCU, considering all of the cultural, recreational, and social opportunities that we offer to our students. For the modest fee each semester, our students enjoy the many, many benefits that Student Services Incorporated, SSI, supports, including student organizations, auxiliary food services, the convenience of on-campus check cashing, and many, many more services. We have increased the number of student organizations from 200 in 2007 to over 250 in 2013, opened a state-of-the-art fitness center to replace the modest center in Sykes, and developed Sykes After Dark to give our students socializing opportunities right here on their campus. Our students also are dedicated to giving back to their community and to the world. Our commitment to service learning has helped put WCU on the national map for volunteerism. In 2007, WCU students provided 137,000 hours of volunteer time to our communities. That figure has risen to over 400,000 hours this last year, establishing a standard for universities across the country. It's clear that we are devoted to our students' social, physical, psychological, and occupational health, as well as to their academic success. And speaking of academic success, I was impressed to learn that our library has increased its holdings by over 30% since 2007, and nearly doubled the library gate counts during that same period. Our library is leading the way by evolving services that are responsive to changing student needs. I'm also proud that WCU sets a high standard for service to our non-traditional students. The university's Veterans Center, which opened in 2011, provides student veterans, military service members, reservists, and their families with a coordinated support system. Along with financial aid, the Veterans Center served 230 veterans on campus in 2012 and 13. WCU's Army ROTC program has grown substantially, from 6 cadets 4 years ago to 42 this semester. It's one of the largest ROTC programs in the Dauntless Battalion, a multi-campus ROTC program, including such institutions as Widener University. I should also mention that West Chester University has been designated a veteran-friendly university, and the criteria for that designation is set very high. We're very proud of that fact. WCU is really bookending services to those who make great sacrifices on our behalf, preparing excellent military leaders and serving them when they return to civilian life. If you think the accomplishments already mentioned are remarkable, consider the strides that we've made in establishing WCU as one of the most technologically advanced institutions. In 2007, 25% of the campus was Wi-Fi enabled. Today, 95% of the campus is connected to accommodate more than 50,000 mobile devices. And all of our classrooms have full multimedia capacity. We also have equipped 9 of our classrooms with lecture capture video in collaboration with Microsoft and other technology partners. WCU has established the only technology product demonstration and application center in the Mid-Atlantic, along with classrooms of the future that utilize the latest technology to facilitate teaching and learning. Prominent universities from around the country are coming to WCU to learn about these initiatives. Because of technology, WCU is able to reach greater numbers of students who cannot attend classes on campus as traditional students. The numbers of classes and programs that are offered by distance education have increased dramatically over the last few years. This mode of educational delivery, as well as the establishment of off-campus educational sites and co-located programs, allows us to continue to grow. These new initiatives are providing educational opportunity for additional students while building revenue streams that are critical to our future financial stability. The newly created position of Vice President for External Operations is providing indispensable leadership and support of our burgeoning off-campus efforts. We're delighted to have Dr. Chris Ferrantino serve as our first Vice President for External Operations. He's hit the ground running in establishing WCU in Philadelphia and is moving quickly to identify opportunities to develop our first branch campus. Now, we're making great strides to ensure that all members of our campus community are fully accepted and can be successful and enjoy coming to work or to school. Relying on our Campus Climate Survey for guidance, we have developed training programs and opportunities to better understand and meet our obligations to social equity. We've made significant progress in moving the campus from underutilizing women and minorities in key positions to more effectively using all of our human talent. I established committees, or in the case of the President's Commission for the Status of Women, reestablished a committee to help our entire campus community address continuing points of inequity. For example, we now have a committee to advise us on how we can increase the retention and graduation for African American and Latino males. We continue to have work to do in these areas, but honestly acknowledging our weaknesses and working to overcome them will enable WCU to provide leadership in areas that represent challenges to universities across our entire country. I could not provide a comparison of Westchester University today relative to our institution in the mid-2000s without noting how far we have come over the last 5 years in addressing the obligations we have to our environment. I signed the American College and University President's Climate Commitment in October 2010. This commitment obligates WCU to make a good faith effort to achieve a carbon neutral environment in the year 2025. Since 2010, we have completed an inventory of greenhouse emissions. completed a climate action plan for WCU, and will be including environmental sustainability as a very strong component in the university's new strategic plan. I want to commend the work of our climate action planning team that is placing our university at the forefront of climate action planning nationwide. Progress toward this plan is reflected in our aggressive transition to non-polluting energy sources. In 2007, most of our North Campus buildings were heated with steam from our coal-fired central plant. In 2013, WCU heats and cools multiple academic buildings and residence halls with geothermal energy, with the expectation that coal and oil will no longer provide WCU energy needs by the summer of 2014. Given our successes, as well as our solid planning, the level of confidence and pride in WCU has risen dramatically, especially among those who we are asking to invest in our future. The Westchester University Foundation, with the involvement of people across campus, has been extremely successful in setting records for number of donors and for giving amounts to the university. Westchester leads all Apache institutions in measures of giving. We have set the goal of doubling our institutional endowment over a 5-year period. And I'm confident that this will be accomplished. We are very excited about our new capital campaign that will soon be launched into its public phase. It has already generated about 35% of the $50 million goal. The excitement and confidence in Westchester's future that you have all created is encouraging both alumni and non-alumni to invest in Westchester University. I would certainly be remiss if I did not mention the donations that come from our own campus. I want to thank all of you who have given financially to support WCU students and our university. Your support not only makes a huge difference, it shows how much you believe in this institution and serves to encourage others to make investments in our future. As I contrast the Westchester University of the mid-2000s to the Westchester University of 2013, I want each of you to understand that you have individually and collectively contributed to the tremendous growth in our university over the last few years, in our real excellence, our national leadership, and then in the value that we provide to all of our constituencies. As a university, our star is rising, but stars don't rise on their own. It is through your hard work that our university has become one of the very best comprehensive regional universities in the country. We have moved a very good university to a great university. WCU is not without challenges to our future. We will need to overcome barriers if we're going to continue to thrive. Although we are very thankful to the Pennsylvania State Legislature for providing regulatory relief to the state-owned universities almost 2 years ago. WCU continues to operate in a highly regulated setting that limits our ability to respond to a rapidly changing environment. WCU has far less autonomy to make local decisions within our institutional context than state-related universities, and must accommodate lengthy approval processes that challenge our ability to be responsive and to compete with non-state-owned institutions. The PASHE Board of Governors, employing a new philosophy of more equally distributing state funding, reallocated more than $1.6 million of our funds away from Westchester University to assist other members of our system. While the intent was to assist PASHE institutions that are struggling financially. Such a philosophy is a disincentive to those institutions that have worked hard to achieve a solid financial future. The university presidents are opposed to such a philosophy of system resource redistribution and are effectively working through issues that are unique to their respective campuses. We must continue to address state regulations that hamper how we interact with our publics and how we are able to generate and spend our resources, system policies and practices that disadvantage and unnecessarily cost WCU precious resources, and frankly, some barriers that are of our own making. Unfortunately, this regulatory environment affects each of us personally in our ability to do our best work and to be uniquely rewarded for that work. Given our current status as a state-owned university, there are measures we have taken and can take in the future that will mitigate some of these challenges. In other cases, we simply need to recognize both the advantages and the limitations of being within the Pennsylvania state system of higher education. Aggressively addressing our challenges and building on a solid platform of success will enable WCU to move forward effectively with its new strategic plan, Building on Excellence. As a campus community, we have given considerable effort to the new strategic plan. The plan reflects the thinking of over 3,000 individuals on and off campus, including those whose support will be essential for our future. More importantly, it is a plan that builds on our successes, embraces opportunity, and addresses challenges. It is a plan that is innovative in its design and in its call for action, and will keep us on a steep trajectory of success. Building on Excellence is a plan in which we can take pride, and that will serve the campus community well over the next decade. I want to especially thank Roberta Snow and Dick Swain for their inspiring leadership in keeping our planning on track and truly ensuring that the planning process was inclusive. I also want to thank the Planning Committee for planning and orchestrating the process, the theme team leaders and members for using broad-based feedback in adding definition to theme objectives and outcome measures. I also want to acknowledge the work of our campus leadership team, especially Larry Dowdy, who I've acknowledged as being the glue that held the whole process together. I believe rolling out our strategic plan in phases makes a great deal of success, given the very quickly changing environment in which we now reside. The implementation plan divides the time span of the new strategic plan into 3 phases, with the first phase being specifically described and setting the foundation for the subsequent 2 phases. The model recognizes that there are some objectives that we need to address early in implementation, while others, although equally important, need to wait for those objectives to be first achieved. An exciting component of our strategic plan is a revision of our general education program. Faculty will be working over the course of the next few years to develop an outcomes-based curriculum that will provide students with a strong liberal arts foundation, as well as prepare them for citizenship in a technologically advanced global society. By the fall of 2017, we will have a Gen Ed program that is exciting, engaging, and easy to navigate for our students. The model of a phased implementation also allows our campus community to adjust to unforeseen changes in our environment. For example, funding, workforce changes. It affords the committee that is providing assessment and advocacy to the implementation of the strategic plan the flexibility in recommending new or modifying objectives and outcome measures. We must keep our eye on our 10-year vision while recognizing that our new strategic plan is highly dynamic and must provide for new opportunities and challenges as they arise. If we as a campus community of highly talented, hardworking, and committed individuals can control our own destiny, we will be well positioned for a very bright future. Our students can rely on their university to champion their success. Our employees can count on their university for secure employment. And our image as one of the very best comprehensive regional universities in the country will continue to rise. Thank you very much for your attention. I want to now take an opportunity to introduce our newest colleagues. New faculty, would you please rise for us to welcome you, please. I also want to welcome the new administrators and staff who have joined us since fall and are here this afternoon. Will you please rise and allow us to recognize you as well? Welcome, everyone, to the Westchester University family. Now, as is custom, during this presentation, and has been done for more than a dozen years or so, and become an annual fall tradition, is the presentation of the WCU Civility Award to honor an individual who has made an especially outstanding contribution to collegiality and community spirit. In that tradition, I'm pleased now to be able to announce the 2013-2014 Civility Award winner. This year's recipient has consistently fostered civility and advanced Westchester University's values. As the author of one nomination letter writes, she has been a pillar of graciousness, kindness, and support, not only for me, but for the thousands of students, staff, faculty, administration, alumni, and guests with whom she interacts. Another says, she is only interested in the success of the team. Teamwork makes the dream work, is one of her favorite sayings. Yeah, I'm kind of letting this out of the bag, aren't I? The third writer states, if civil behavior is contagious, and I believe it is, the epicenter for the outbreak of civility on Westchester University can most likely be traced to her. I have been very fortunate to work closely with this individual during the past 4.5 years, and can attest to the fact that the recipient is an extraordinary individual whose innumerable contributions to the university and to the surrounding community has made a huge impact on the lives of many. I was especially touched by one letter writer who noted, as a nervous, shy student from a small town, I was terrified to embark on a new journey in my life and attend Westchester University. But this person soon became my college mother. It is with great pleasure that I present the 2013-2014 Westchester University Civility Award to Mrs. Grace Hackett Kelly. Grace recently retired from a staff position in the President's office after 26 plus years of service to the university. So it is especially an honor for me to have her on the stage as our Civility Award winner this year. And Grace would like to share some thoughts with us.
Thank you, President Weisenstein. Good afternoon. Larry told me this week that I would be allowed to say a few words and said to keep it brief, and I promise I will keep it brief. You don't know how many years I have taken this award to an engraver over the years. To have someone else's name engraved on it. Never, ever in my wildest dreams did I ever believe that I would be standing here to be the recipient of this prestigious award, especially 2 days after the dedication of the Frederick Douglass statue. What a privilege. And what a grand event that was. It is such an honor to be recognized as the WCU 2013-14 Civility Award recipient. It is with pride that I accept this award, and I would like to say thank you to the selection committee. Thank you for choosing me. To the faculty members, staff, administrators, and students that wrote letters in support of my nomination, who felt that I was worthy of receiving this award, I thank you. I am truly, truly humbled. And to the members of the President's staff, to Dr. Weisenstein, Larry Dowdy, and to Sandra Weisenstein, thank you all so much. To my dear friend, Miss Betty Forte, former president of the Westchester Borough Council, and my other mom, thank you for accompanying me today, as other family members had obligations. To the students of the WCU Gospel Ministries, and I know some of them are in the audience today, I love you all, and I thank you all. I am truly, truly humbled to be the recipient of this award. God bless you all.
You can stand here for just a minute. Thank you again for attending. As you exit the concert hall to attend the reception, please be sure to pick up a copy of the new strategic plan, along with a decal of the new WCU logo. These items are being distributed at each door. And Sandra and I look forward to seeing you and visiting with you outside in the quad. Thanks again for coming.